Hello again and welcome back to the Kotu Classic. I'm your host Bruce, as usual. Chama, nakam nak.
Boy, all good, man. Yeah, it's all good this week.
This week,
Nothing
yeah,
to
boys are
complain about.
smiling.
Yeah, we are smiling.
Yeah, slowly getting
We
there, man. Yeah, things are looking up.
yeah, things are
Um,
looking bright
nice, nice.
and green.
We are recording game week 10 preview. Sorry.
Mhm.
It's the 25th, Wednesday morning here in the US, about 7:37.
Mhm.
Is what Thursday, Wednesday still?
Yeah, it's still Wednesday. Yeah,
11.
11:37. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
almost 12.
Nice. So let's jump right in to the results, game week 9 results. Liverpool Everton, the derby. That is never a derby. We all knew it was going to be a Liverpool win, but I was surprised. It was much tougher than I thought it was going to be. I think
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the red card kind of made it easier for Liverpool, but yeah, it was tough. I think the two
Actually,
goals.
I think the red card made it more difficult, if
Oh,
you ask
okay.
me.
Yeah,
But anyways, we get to that when we could talk about
yeah,
when we
def-
get to the fans corner.
definitely.
Mhm.
Bournemouth 1, Wolves 2, Brentford 3, Burnley 0, Manchester City 2, Brighton 1. That was a close
Yeah.
game. I'm surprised that it didn't, I think if you look at the expected goals, you can see that Man City 0.96, Brighton 0.96. I
Yeah,
mean,
surprise, surprise.
it's very surprising.
It's tight. Yeah.
Yeah, you expect more, but yeah.
I remember I told you when KDB was out. Of
Hmm.
course, Hala is having a lot of chances, but like KDB takes a lot of when it comes to creativity in
Yeah,
this
I
Manchester
think so.
City.
I think so too. I think finally
Like,
we are realizing that because
mm,
the chances are not coming, and Haaland doesn't help as well because the last season he was bearing all these chances, but this season he seems to be missing. It's like it's reverse. You have your first season and then you struggle, and then second season you kick on. But it's like he did
mm.
the reverse. First season he was exceptional, and now he's struggling a bit. Maybe it has to do with
Yeah, I
KDB
can't.
too. You never know. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to do with KDB, but also he is having a lot of chances. Like
Yeah,
he
he is.
has
Yeah,
missed
that's what
so
I'm saying.
far.
Yeah, a lot of
He
chances.
mi- yeah he already missed
Missing.
9 big chances in the league, more than any player in the league. So
Yes,
he's
yes.
having the chances, but his conversion has kind of dropped a little
Dropped a
bit.
bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Because he used to be very lethal when it comes to finishing
Hmm.
chances. Now that has dropped. Plus the like because of when KDB is there, of course, we will have talking about maybe 20 big chances he's having
Hmm.
because KDB will add to that. So maybe the goals would have come in and then that would have covered it. But now we are seeing that okay, he's not like immortal when it comes to finishing.
Yeah,
He's not gonna finish
definitely.
every chance that he have. But yeah, he's been poor in terms of finishing this season, but still up there.
Yeah, Newcastle 4, Crystal Palace 0. Newcastle, man, they I think they need
They are
to
right
be
there.
looked at. They are there, man. I was thinking that they were going to struggle this season because of the competition being in the Champions League, but it seems like
Mm-hmm.
they've kicked into gear now. So yeah. Nottingham
Mm-hmm.
Forest 2, Luton 2, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 2. Very close game. I was surprised that Chelsea, they were ready for this game. You know, but they
Yeah,
made a
they turn up.
mistake. They were very naive in my if you ask me that they should have won this game. They were
Yeah,
cruising, and then all of a sudden one mistake, and then Arsenal is back in the game.
is back in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
definitely.
you need to cut these
It was
things out. Yeah.
calamitous for goalkeeping in that game.
Hmm.
Some poor goalkeeping in
Very
that game.
poor
Raya did not have a
goalkeeping.
Raya did not have the greatest of game, and
Uh,
yeah. Chelsea look
they
good
look
to be
good. Yeah,
honest.
they did. Yeah. Sheffield 1, ManU 2. Another poor game from ManU. Even though we scraped through this one. If you see the expected goals, 1.41, 1.46. I think it should have been a draw. To be honest, that's a fair result. But
Mhm.
kudos to
Yeah,
Carroll for
Dalo
coming through.
scored an exceptional goal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We've been scraping by with this single what do you call it? This player. Um,
this is what they call league winners form, right?
yeah.
Title winning form.
No, this is not
Taking those
to win form at all. Individual brilliances every week. Somebody, come on, man. I like, they're
last
kicking
minute
on, but
winners, injury
yeah,
time winners,
yeah,
double goals.
yeah.
This is what they call it, like, league
Nah.
form, like league title form.
I just pray we turn around. We get more players that were injured come back. We talk about this
Uh,
in the fan corner, but man, we are struggling.
yeah,
Aston Villa
definitely.
4, West Ham 1.
Villa,
This was surprising for me. I was thinking it was going to be
really,
a very close
Villa
game, man.
are
Yeah.
flying, right?
Hmm?
Like, but Villa are flying, man. Villa are
Man,
flying. Of course, West Ham are
I
good.
was surprised, because 4-1. West Ham is like a pretty good team. They gave Man City like a
Yeah,
tough time,
solid. But
you know.
yeah,
Even though it
Villa are
was
very good when playing at home this season. By the
maybe,
way,
yeah,
they are
maybe,
winning, scoring goals. They are getting goals all over the pitch. Ali Watkins in the form of his life. And
yeah,
you have players like Jabi, even though he's not getting on the goals, but
he's
Bailey, they
doing
are
well.
they
Yeah,
are they are very solid. I think Unai Emery has really transformed this Aston Villa
he's a
team
good coach,
exceptionally
man.
well.
He's a good coach. Yeah,
He's doing
definitely
an
a good coach.
exceptional job
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Lastly, Tottenham 2, Fulham 0. So I think this is not a shocker. I watched this game. It was a pretty okay game. Tottenham were not at their best. They've missed a few chances.
Fulham was giving them giving them gifts every time. Every goal was a gift
Yeah.
from
As soon as when they press up, it's like what's his name again? The new defender,
Basi.
Basi. Oh
Basi.
man, this guy
He
made
was
so
just
many
he was
mistakes.
just he was just there to give
And
giving
it's like
gifts.
the Tottenham players knew that. So every time he has the ball, they push towards him, and then next thing you
They
know,
press him
he's
and then
gifted them the ball. I mean,
I know, I saw it. I
yeah,
saw it.
yeah. If you
It
can,
was good. It was like, but if you ask me, it was good counter pressing from Tottenham to pressing him into making mistakes, submission, those kind of things. They trapped their players very well on him, and they know he was
yeah,
the
they knew
culprit.
that, yeah,
So
yeah. And he's a new
they
defender. He's
tried
supposed
to.
to be. Like, why did they bring a new? If they want to play possession football and you bring in a player that is not comfortable, you know.
No, actually, he came from Ajax, right? He's a good defender,
Yeah.
ball
So
playing
what?
defender. He's a little bit overconfident, like this kind of defender.
Okay.
Like I can do it, so I will do it. But they get you, and then they catch you again. They catch you again three
I
times
mean,
in the
yeah,
game.
man. There's no
Like,
excuse for that.
come on, clear the
Yeah,
ball at
there's no
some point,
excuse.
right?
There's no excuse for that.
Yeah.
Okay. The talking points for the game week. Loads of handball penalties, man. Like, there's so many red cards. When I was looking at the results on Saturday, I was like, so many red cards, so many penalties. You would
Yeah.
think that by game week 9 things would have slowed down because last season we had the same thing. The season began and so penalties, red cards, controversial decisions, and then next thing you know, everything was petered out and then it was normal. But it seems like it's going to be the
Yeah.
theme of the season, right? So
But
far.
then these are red cards. But how do you feel? How do you feel about the penalties, like the handball penalties? I know many people are kind of feel, I don't understand the handball rule and stuff like that. But how did you feel? Seeing, of course, Everton, Liverpool, there was the handball. Arsenal and against Chelsea, there was the handball for Saliba. And United game too, I think there was a handball. United, they got a penalty through a handball. Who got the McTominay? So how did you feel about seeing all these handballs? This week and stuff like that, those penalties.
I
What
think
is your
my
take?
stance is the same. I think now the referees are more consistent compared to the first few game weeks. But then it's not
Yeah.
fair because when we had it in those first few game weeks, our season could have been different. So now they want to be consistent, and then the people that have suffered from it are still not. They didn't give us the points. They didn't call us back and say, "Come and take your penalty." So I mean, it's like to be honest, it's fine. At least they are being consistent, so that's okay. Like the Saliba penalty, like it was a penalty according to what their definition of a penalty is. I think it's consistent. It's fine. I don't have any issues with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about like you say, it's all about the consistency that people want. If you do it this week, if you do it in the same game, make sure you do it like in the next game. Like you don't want to see inconsistency in one game.
Definitely.
Like for example, one game you see give this penalty and you don't give, or you give this red card and you don't give that red card. For example, in the Liverpool case, we were lucky that we did not get a red card in that game, but I think it should have been one. But of course, the penalty, I think the handball is quite clear for me.
It's quite clear.
I understand like the argument that people have. Like sometimes the player is so close to the ball. What is the player supposed to do with his hand at that point in time? But of course, if your hand is out, they say
harsh,
what they define as an unnatural position is if your hand is not within your body or close to your body, stuff like that. Then and when the ball is not traveling too far, there is a lot of parameters that
so many. I think it's subjective.
It's very subjective. It's always going to be subjective. Handball has never been objective in football, never, and it will never be. It has never been. I think the closest it has become to being objective was in around 1998 or stuff like that. And during that time, what they used to do was, if the ball touches the hand, it's a penalty, regardless of if it's intentional.
At least it's consistent, right? At least it's consistent. Yeah,
exactly. But we don't want to. But we don't want to see that. Like somebody blocking his face and then the handball ball hits his hand, and you say that's a penalty because of course it touches his hand. That is the objective way they can do it, but doing that way does not make sense. We have to be, reasonable in the way they make the decision. And I think this week they did very well. They were very
I think so.
consistent. They give
They
all
were
the
consistent.
penalties.
Yeah, I think.
And which is like all we want to see. Like sometimes, sometimes you get unlucky in football. Your hand is out. You don't want your hand to be there. The ball hit your hand.
It's
You
just
get you get penalized.
it's just involuntary action. It's like your hand is supposed to protect some parts. You're jumping. You can't leave your hand and jump like some of these things. And the ball is coming.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I had some people make some point like, what is the player has no intention to get the ball, right? Like sometimes you cause a foul without having an intention to cause a foul, but it's a foul at the end of the day.
It's a foul. It's
not about it because now they try to take intent out of the picture. Before they used to, like, if you get a red card, like for me personally, I like it when somebody is getting a red card, there has to be the intention and all this guy. But now they take all those things out of the window. They say, okay, if you endanger an opponent, regardless of your intent or not, that is the rule now. So still people are questioning why intention and stuff like that. Football, it can never be perfect, but that is the beauty of the game. So
it's harsh, man. I think it's harsh.
It's a harsh sport. Yeah, it's a harsh sport. But yeah.
Overwhelming FPL options this season. Like I think we are all aware of this. In the midfield, man, there's so many options. Like I think we are spoiled for choice. The only thing, obviously, I like my 3-4-3. So this season is a bit difficult because I can't really play my 3 strikers because we don't have as many strikers, this season. I think the past few seasons the strikers have been, lowly owned, or it's the same striker.
Actually, I think we have a lot of strikers.
I don't that are strikers that are doing well compared to midfielders.
No, you don't have. Okay, we don't have a lot of Haalands. We only have one Haaland in the game. That is the fact.
Yeah.
But take Haaland out of the picture. Like me, I'm playing without Haaland. Like I haven't had Alvarez all season in my team. Alvarez is doing an exceptional job. Many managers have them.
Yeah.
How many managers don't have Watkins in their team? People are scrambling to get Watkins in their team.
That's true.
And there are other, of course, there are maybe like Højlund, he has not performed yet. But look at Newcastle. You have Callum Wilson and Isaac. They are good strikers, but you don't know who's gonna start. That is the only difficult part. But whoever starts is doing well. Like Callum Wilson, when he starts, he's doing well. Isaac, when he comes, Isaac has already scored 6 goals so far this season. Darwin, people are considering him, but because of is he gonna start at Liverpool and stuff like that? There are options. I think there are striking options, but the problem is, like you don't know who you're gonna get.
It's a consistency. Most of them, like they could be benched. Like even Alvarez, like if KDB comes back, he's definitely going to go back to the bench. Like,
but that's the fear we have with Alvarez. That's the fear we have with Alvarez. But he has started so far. He has started all the games so far. I think he's equaling. He's matching Haaland for points.
He is. And if you consider the price tag, I think he's a better value right now than Haaland. Midfield options. We have so many midfielders. Like you want to get all these midfielders in your team, but it's not possible because you can't.
I think that's where the problem is.
That's where the problem is.
There's a lot of good midfield options in the game. You go to West Ham, you have Ward-Prowse, you have Bowen, and I think Kotu is gonna come in soon and become
Souček is now a number 10. He's also playing.
Souček too is playing. And you go to Villa today, there's good options there. Javi,
so many.
You go to in Liverpool. We are not even considering player like Szoboszlai. Nobody's considering him, but I think he's having a good impact. He's playing as a 10. He's playing every minute for Liverpool. He already have, I think, 3 assists and 1 goal, so 4 attacking returns so far in the season. Of course, that is not a lot, but considering the position he's taking and stuff like that, he should be an option. And then you go to Arsenal, there's 3 options: Martinelli, Odegaard, and Saka. You have options to
Trossard is also there too.
Trossard is there, and then you go to the midfielders. What is Brighton? You have the Mitoma there.
Mitoma.
Adingra, people are talking about them. And even Ansu Fati now is coming in, and there's a lot of midfield options.
We are spoiled for choice right now.
It's spoiled for choices. Palmer is coming. Sterling is there.
Tottenham. I mean, there's so many.
Exactly. So there's a lot of options when it comes to midfield. So
I think the problem.
But I like it. How do you feel about it? Do you like it or do you don't?
I think that is the reason why I had a slow start this season, because if you get it wrong initially, then you're gonna suffer like I am right now. I was stuck on Sterling and then all these players, and then next thing you know, other midfield options are doing well. and by the time you know what's happening, you're scrambling to get the ones that are doing well. So I think when I wildcarded, I said, okay, you know what, this is a bit difficult to try to like gauge who's going to do well with all these options that we have. The best thing is going to be just get the consistent ones. The expensive ones, one or two. Like that's why I went back to Salah. You know, he's consistent. He's priced there for a reason. Like we're used to him. Even though I wanted to do that to go without Salah, but man, looking back, I was like, I wish I started the game with him. You know, because if you cut out all these things, then use one of those two enablers. You know, put them in your team because they're doing well right now. But you need to find the one that
you have Neto.
Yeah.
Like Gordon, you told me about Gordon this weekend. He was exceptional, right, for Newcastle. And then you have Neto, you have Chelsea's Farmer, those cheaper ones. Like there is just too much options in midfield. But for me personally, I love it. Because I'm not afraid to, get rid of a player or like maybe sometimes the sentiments will come into play when it comes to some players like Salah, which is like for him is okay because he's doing very well. So sometimes the sentiments will come for me to get rid of him. But other than those Liverpool players where I have some sentiments attached, like Trent, he's not doing nothing right now when it comes to underlying numbers. And I still have him in my team. But like I said, there is some sentimental things that always play a part for me. I just accept that thing for me. But other than that, the other players, I don't care the name of the player. I don't care who the player is. If I think I'm having a better value from another player, I will just jump to that player. Especially when I look at the fixtures, when I look at the form and all those kind of things. I'm not afraid to sell. And I'm gonna do some big moves this week. I'm planning to do some moves this week.
I think we already mentioned this goalkeeping calamity in the London derby. I think 2 of the goals were goalkeeping mistakes. Like from I think it's lack of concentration, whatever it is, just doesn't make any sense. Like it's good because it's a derby and there are goals, but then sometimes you wish that you want to see the best of every team, and some of these things. I know you're playing like as a player, as an outfield player. Imagine you're playing and then doing your best, and then your goalkeeper just makes a silly error, and then you are back behind, or I mean. But it was a good game. I enjoyed the game.
It was a good game. It was good to see Chelsea,
competing.
Competing again. Because they haven't done that in a while. Especially when it comes to the big games and stuff like that. But it was good. They are picking up form. They are looking like they are gelling very well. They just need somebody to score goals for them now. But now Palmer is coming with the penalties. But still, I think they need a striker.
It's not the best right now.
And their fixtures is great. So. Yeah, definitely.
Aston Villa and Newcastle, I think we also spoke about them being impressive. Newcastle, like I said before, they impressed me, to be honest. And then Villa too. So the problem is going to be which assets do we consider? And I think Newcastle have a few, and the fixtures too, right? Aston Villa, I think they have the best fixtures so far.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
You can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Your boy Haaland.
He's back in the goals. He's back scoring goals.
To be honest, when the team plays Brighton, I was thinking, okay, Brighton are gonna concede. But when he scored one, I was like, okay. Then I guess after the first half, I was like, man, I wish I had gone with Salah, even though because I just knew that I don't think he was gonna get more goals. Even though I wasn't watching the game, I was just following the results. I was expecting more goals in this game, but it didn't happen. So I was like,
Actually, I stopped watching. I stopped watching at halftime because I was thinking this is gonna be a massacre. Because actually, I spoke to my Brighton friend, the one I coach with. He said, "Okay, this game is gonna be either two things. It's gonna be a 3-3 draw, or we're gonna get completely destroyed by Manchester City. If they score 4 in the first 10-15 minutes, if they score 2 goals, because Brighton, they are that team that don't know how to, when for example, Everton, they play Liverpool, they concede, they got the red card, and what they do, okay, we don't want anything now, we will just sit back, defend. Brighton is not that team. Brighton, if you score them, you give them a red card,
they want to attack more,
They will still play. So that was gonna be the reason why they were gonna be destroyed. That's what he told me. So when you score 2 in the first half, I say this one, let me just go and enjoy. I have already my 16 Salah points. So whatever Haaland does now, it will be difficult for him to get to 16 points. Maybe hat-trick, it will be close, but I think it's going to be too much difference. So let me watch another game. I watch, and then I had, Brighton just scored 2-1. Okay, and then I switched back. Because it was at 80 minutes.
I was surprised, man. I was surprised.
I'm also,
it was closer than we think.
I was relieved.
Yeah, it was closer than we
I was relieved. I felt relief.
And lastly, record points for Ange in debut season. I think what do you call it? Tottenham fans are they are buzzing right now. Like it's like they
Absolutely,
this is what
absolutely.
they always wanted. Are they top of the
Yeah.
league, right? Top of the league.
Yeah. Tottenham are still top of
So
the league. Tottenham are still top of the league. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they are doing like Ange is exceptional. You know, on a debut season, like no manager has ever accumulated this amount of points after 9 games, 7 wins, 2 draws. No manager, and they are exciting. You watch Tottenham; they have taken the most shots in the game. They are up there when it comes to the XG. They are creating chances, and they are exciting to watch. To be
to watch
honest,
exactly. Yeah, I
but
like watching
yeah,
them play.
like
Yeah.
yeah, despite losing Kane, Son is a cheater in this game this season. Of course, every week he is niggling with injury. Oh, Son is not fit. He did not train 2 days. He come in, he bangs, he assisted. He's playing out of position as a striker. No Kane, he's on penalties. All those kind of things you add to the factor. Even though they haven't get any penalties over this season, he's still that player. He's a cheat code in the game this season. A Son as an out of position striker with all the attributes that he have, and then getting back to the form he is on at 9 million, 9.5 million, he's been a cheat code. I know many managers are considering selling him because of the difficult fixtures that now are going to come in. But we all know Son tries better when he plays in these fixtures, right?
Yeah.
We just remember recently against Arsenal, what happened? It's going to be a difficult fixture. I brought in Son to captain him against Sheffield United. He did nothing. Then the next game was Arsenal. I was not feeling him. And then what he did, he banks a brace against Arsenal. So Liverpool came next. He banks another one. That's Son for you.
I think the thing about Son is when he's on form, he's on form. When
Mm-hmm.
he's scoring goals, he's gonna be consistent with it. That's what I like about him. So I think it's gonna be one of those seasons. That season where Son and Kane, remember when they were just scoring goals for fun? I think it's gonna be one
For
of those
fun,
seasons.
yeah.
Or provided he stays fit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, fitness is gonna be an issue for him, but yeah, hopefully, I fingers crossed for him.
And also, yeah, they're lucky because they don't play any other tournament. So they're only in
Yeah,
league.
yeah,
So it helps
and they are
them.
even out. They're even out of the league cup. So
So
if
it helps them
now
a lot.
until
Yeah. They don't
yeah,
have any
now and
games to
again
consider.
until January, they don't have any other competition. Just 1 week, one game per week.
Yeah.
So Son can manage with that.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. Jumping to our results. I think we both did well this week, so no cause for complaints from
For
me.
no cause for crying.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I wish I had Captain Salah, but I was like, man, I believe that Brighton's defense is too bad for Salah not to be captain this week. But yeah, I
Yeah.
wish I had gone with him. I also would have been. I
Mhm.
think I would have been in maybe the 100 points. It should have been 100 plus. Yeah,
Yeah,
if I
definitely.
had
If you
captain
captain Salah,
Salah, I think.
yeah,
So 86
you'll be
points.
close. Yeah.
The average was 67, also a bit high. Game rank of
Mhm.
1.3 million. So in my team, I have Turner in goal, who was just also very annoying for me this time around.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think I'm thinking about changing him. Let's see how it goes. At least it's good I have Areola, so I can't switch. I just want to just keep one keeper in from now on. Trippier 10 Udogi who came out. This was annoying. When I was watching the game, man, he came out just before 55 minutes or so. I was like, where's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
my clean sheet points are gone.
Actually, that is the thing that made me mad the most. Like,
Oh man.
I wasn't happy, even though I don't have him in my team. I play another FPL draft league where I am
Oh.
struggling. I think I'm put that position. The top of the guy who is at the top of the league, he was playing against somebody in the league who had Udogi and all the sports players. So he just needed that extra clean sheet from all the Tottenham players to get the win over the guy. But then
Oh,
Udogi went off.
man.
I
The
saw the
coach,
1 minute.
man.
I was so disappointed with that.
55 minutes, man. I was like, I think he said that, I think he felt something, so he just wanted to withdraw him and to be
Yeah,
safe,
give
blah,
him
blah,
60,
blah.
man. Give him 60,
Yeah,
right?
man, come on, just give us the 6 points. I would have been, 92 or something, come on, or 90, whatever,
Yeah.
91. Yeah, so anyway, it's fine. Cash to Jabi 2, even though he's been disappointing, but still, he's getting into those positions. Yeah. Madison with 9. Mbomo. My fate was rewarded with Mbomo, 14 points.
Finally.
Finally, yeah, I get the points. The Charlie
He's a nice,
66.
he's a nice player. You just need to keep the consistency. At least give the 5 points here and there.
Yeah,
Keep the
yeah.
keep the points sticking, like I say.
Mhm.
But he just stops giving points for some time. So it was difficult to justify keeping him.
Yeah.
But yeah, you keep your faith and
Yeah,
yeah, you
he's
get
rewarded
rewarded.
me. And I'm thinking I'm going to keep him because the fixtures, if you look at the fixtures, is good. They only have, I think, 2 games where, it's a bit dicey, but I can bench him for those 2 games. But still, yeah. I think, yeah.
He's if you have him for that, yeah, I think you should keep.
Yeah. Salah with 16 points, Alvarez with 9, and Haaland with 16. So with 8 points, so captaincy 16. My bench was just bare. 1 point from Ariola, Morris with 2, Veltman with 1, Gusto with 1. So yeah, nothing to see here. Let's go on to your team, Centurion.
Yeah.
Points.
Long time no see. 100. Like long time no see me. So yeah. Well, it was a nice week for me because all my players returned. So every player I watch except the goalkeeper and Hoyland. So even those players I would have expected something from them because of the fixtures they had. You know, Tuna played a very good game against Luton. Had a game against Luton. You would have expected him to keep a clean sheet. And then Hoyland, like we said last week, he was playing Sheffield United. Come on, you have to give me something against Sheffield United. He did not scoring 8 against Sheffield United. Give me at least an assist or stuff like that.
ManU, not ManU. We made it the meal. Struggled. I mean, it's just
So yeah, that's the only move I think. Hoyland is the only player because it was between him, Hoyland, and Isaac when I was making my wild card. He's the only move, and I wanted to capture that Burnley and Sheffield United fixtures. They were so good. I wanted to capitalize on it, but he ended up blanking in both games. So and then I even captained him against Burnley. You know, this guy has not done much for me. So yeah, he's in the chopping block. To be honest, he's in the chopping block. But anyways, my team, like I said, Tuna 1 point. Pedro Porro, he got me the clean sheet. Trent, he got me the clean sheet 6 points, and Trippier with 10 points. He's ticking very nicely. Richarlison also, returned with an assist. Pedro Neto got an assist, but also got a yellow card. So when he also returned, and then you have Salah with the captaincy, Son 14 points. Bowen, Watkins, and Hoyland. It was
almost everybody returned except Turner and Hoyland. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, actually, I was supposed to bench the Bowen. You remember last week I benched Bowen until you say I should not bench Bowen. But then I realized Darwin was not starting. I was watching the live watch along stream. They said Darwin is on the bench, so I decided to bench Darwin and start Bowen. So I got 4 points on top of that. So yeah, it's a good it paid off.
Nice.
And Bowen scored a fluky goal, right? Did you see his goal against me?
At least he scored.
I would take it. Yeah, that's my team.
All right. This is already on Twitter. I think I released it yesterday. The manager of the week is Naftali Wambalo. I think this is a Swaziland logo. I'm not
Kenya.
Sure Kenya. I apologize. Sorry. And that FC with 110 points. So yeah. Congrats, Naftali. I was manager of the week for game week 9. And then the leaderboard, man, we have some movement. Like Roy Hobek, Game of Throw-ins, dropped down to 5. And all the others are just movement up. Al Mubashir FC, Mubashir, in 4th. And 3rd, we have A-Team, Ahmetigan Suleiman, ever present. He's back in the top 5. And 2nd, BKCD, Bernard Gomez. And then 1st is Baba Tijan, Homie. So I mean, it's close, man. 76, 74, 73, 72. And then you have the first with 75, 80, 84. So it's gonna be a lot of movement this season. I think things are gonna be heated. You're also looking around the top 10, so in 12.
No, I'm looking very close. Like I tell you, 50 points is not a lot of points in FPL. I tell you, now I'm 19 points of number 1, 19 points of number 1, 11 points of number 2. So you never know. It's
consistency, man. Consistent points.
It's all about just keep going, But of course, my boy, I'm sure he will hit me hard very soon. It's coming. Haaland. I cannot. It will come.
You chose.
That one, I'm just being prepared for it.
You chose the right season to try this experiment because he's not doing well, and then KDB is out injured. So. Yeah, you couldn't have picked a better moment to start to go without it.
Yeah, but to be honest, I've not really capitalized on it. That is my biggest like for example, like I tell you, Man City have what's his name? The striker Alvarez. Everybody knew at the start of the season Alvarez was gonna be KDB was out. So Alvarez, I played the start of the season without Alvarez. I wildcarded without Alvarez because of Hoyland. So that's why I feel like I did not capitalize on Haaland. Because if I had Hoyland, it would have covered everything that Haaland is doing. And at the same time, I am doing my own thing with the other players that I want to have. At the end of the day, it's all about accumulating the points. But I will not. I cannot complain too much. But it could have been better.
Okay, so this is fan corner for ManU. This week, I think it was before we played the game or so. We
Yeah,
lost
yeah, just before
one
the
of
game.
our cult heroes, Sir Bobby Charlton. May his
Yeah,
soul rest in peace. It was a bit
yeah.
sad when we played the game because it was late. I think a late announcement for me at least. So when I woke up and I was about to watch the game and then I saw the announcement, I said, "Wow, this is
Mm-hmm.
sad news." I think if you are familiar with Man, you will see he's almost in all of our games. He's always there,
Yeah,
ever present.
absolutely. I know, I
Yeah,
know. Yeah, yes,
so I think
definitely.
he's a Man U legend as well as a legend of football as well.
A legend of football, legend of England, one of the
Definitely
England players who won the World
won
Cup,
the World Cup in
and he was a key.
1966.
He
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
yeah, he was key
definitely.
player for them during that time. And yeah, United too. I think he's always there. You always see his
He's always there.
Bobby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's always there. That will chat him.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So
sad,
it
it's
was
a
a
sad loss. It's a
sad day,
sad
but
loss
at
to
least we
football, to be
won.
honest.
We won the game. And we honored his memory by winning the game. So
Definitely,
that was
definitely. It
good.
was nice to see.
Yeah, it's nice to
It
see.
was beautiful to see from the players. Yeah,
Yeah,
Dalo and all those. And I think when Dalo scored the goal, everybody was saying they was singing his song. He was
yeah,
singing about
yeah, yeah.
Sir
It
Bobby.
was
There's only
a
one.
nice touch. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one Sir Bobby or some stuff
Hmm.
like that. Bobby Charlton. There's only one Bobby Charlton. Yeah, football has lost a very big figure.
Yeah.
So may his soul rest
It's
in
always in
peace.
peace. Yeah. Yeah. So the game, like you said, Dalo. I think the game was, man. We should have smashed these people, but it's like they came in. Everybody, this is the best time for them to play Man U right now. Because even before the game started, the coach was making mad. Oh yeah, they're gonna shock us. They're gonna give us like a good game. I mean, and the way our players are right now, they're not full of confidence. So we were supposed to dominate, but we didn't dominate. I don't know. I'm tired of making excuses now. Maybe it's the jersey we are wearing. This green jersey is not working for us. I don't even anymore. So yeah, well, the coach, man, like if you watch, we are fighting. I think the players are fighting for the coach right now because the results are not going our way, even though we're scraping. So it's one of those decisions where the coach is, is really worried and he wants to just win. That's why you see McTominay playing as a number 10. It didn't
Yeah,
work, but because he scored 2 goals in that game against Brighton or the Brentford, he is obligated to bring
mhm.
him in just because our front they're not performing. Rashford is not on form. Bruno is not on form. Haaland is not getting the service. Casemiro is doing rubbish in the midfield. Like the full back four of the defense line, apart from the keeper, is different almost every game. So many
Yeah,
things going wrong, man. Like we can't get anything right. And hopefully, I
mm.
think one of our regularly on the lone left back
Regular.
is back from
Hmm.
injury. He played in the I think the Champions League.
Yeah,
So at least that's one good thing. Malaysia is also training. Also, it's about to join the team for full training. So at least we can
yeah.
get some consistency in the back, man. It's been rough, but Dalo got a
Okay.
nice goal. One of those worldy goals. So we got the points, which
Yeah,
is
that was
very
a that was,
important
that was
right
that was
now.
a good goal. That was
Yeah,
a
it was
good
a
goal.
good
I
goal.
saw the goal.
Yeah. The derby, if you ask me about this derby, I don't know anything. Like any other day, if our team was set, I would say okay, we have a chance. But it's a derby. You can be at your worst form, and then you come in a derby, and then you win. Anything can happen. So Haaland
Yeah.
is also not performing as he should. As we expect him to be.
Yeah.
You know,
And
um,
City generally. Yeah, and City
City, yeah,
generally.
they're not ticking along like this. But I'm still thinking maybe it's a bit difficult if you've won everything the previous season. They won everything, the treble.
Yeah.
So how do you keep the team motivated? That's going to be an issue for them right now. At some point you
Mm.
have to like change the team. Bring in some new blood who are hungry. But yeah, imagine Haaland as in your first season, you win everything. Then what is there to motivate you for your second season? There's not much. But yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
a derby and it's going to be an interesting one. Hopefully we win and then this gives us a much needed boost for the rest of the season because we do need it, to be honest, definitely.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Yeah. It will be an interesting game, to be honest. City and United is always interesting.
mm,
It's different from the Merseyside derby. Like the form goes out. The form does go out of the window when it comes to the
yeah.
the Manchester derby, which is not the case for the Merseyside derby. So yeah, for me personally, I'm optimistic. Of course, as a Liverpool fan, I would rather City loss than United loss
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
context of the league. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? In the context of the league table. But of course, I always want to see United not doing well. But I'm backing you guys to get a result in this game. Um, uh, injuries are gonna be some issues. Midfield defensively, Maguire, well, he's doing well. He's doing very well, but of course, that is not your first defensive option. But of course, he's a good. He can be a good player on his day, and recently he's doing that. I'm not sure about your midfield because Casemiro, I think he is injured. I don't know if he will be
Oh,
back
he's back. He should
for
be
that
back.
fixture.
He just missed the last game, but he should be back.
How about Amrabat? Amrabat is available.
He's available. Yeah, but right now I think the problem with the coach is having is who is the best midfield. We have so many of them, but then it's the combination. Casemiro hasn't had a good season so far. Amrabat is new. What do you call it?
McTominay is the one doing
Eriksen
well.
has been sorry.
McTominay is the one doing well, right?
He's not doing well.
How
he just scored those 2 goals and that was it. You know. Yeah,
three goals in 2 matches. 3 goals in 2 matches.
Yeah,
How about Mount? Mount, did he play in the Champions League yesterday?
No,
what happened to Mount?
He didn't play at all. He's there, but I think the coach right now he needs results. That's why McTominay is playing. He wants the results so that he can just go through this tough period, and then maybe after when everything is back to normal, when the defense is back, then he can play his preferred players there. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. I'm optimistic, slightly.
Yeah. Just make sure Haaland does not score. At least if you don't win, don't let Haaland score.
He's the threat in the team right now, so I think it's going to be difficult for him not to score.
Yeah, but it's a away fixture. It's a away fixture. Like I say, away is not like home for him. Yeah,
we'll see. Liverpool, the Merseyside derby. Like I said, it was. I was surprised. So go on and tell us what happened in this game.
It was the most boring game I have ever watched. To be honest, I'm not lying. It was super boring.
Oh,
like the game was like it was not a joy. I don't think you will like this match said that like 5 years later or 10 years later, anybody will tell you what really happened in this game. Maybe the controversy of the red card, Ashley Young getting his early red card, and then Liverpool, Ibu Konate not getting a red card when he was supposed to get it, like when he was lucky. He could have get a red card in that situation because I think that was a second yellow card in my opinion. If it was going the other way around, I'll be fuming why the referee did not give that. So he was super lucky that the referee, decided not to give him the second yellow card there. Salah was poor. He was super
really?
poor. Everything he did was not good until we get the penalty. He converted the penalty, get another chance in the final minute, score, and that's his 16 points. And everybody, Salah, 16 points. That's it.
I didn't know that.
He was very poor. I have never seen him this poor. Salah cannot dribble past his man. Salah cannot pass, make a pass, go past his man. He was absolutely abysmal. Like for the first 70 minutes of the game, Salah was nowhere. He was so bad. Then you look at Luis Diaz. Of course, he won the penalty. He got the red card for Ashley Young, but his end product was super bad. Like end product wise, he was very bad. He will do good things and then wasted the pass, or the shot is so bad, take the shot in the wrong time. It was not a good game at Liverpool. Maybe I'm being a bit too critical, even though we win the game, but it was not the best game that we have played this season. But I understand, like we are coming back from international break. I complained about this last week. If the team is coming back from international break, playing that early fixture, not having proper training, preparation, and all those kind of things, it will have an effect. And even United's case, I will tell you, that was the situation too. Man United play at 3 o'clock. I know many people, many Man United fans or many pundits will be complaining, Man United should be beating this team convincingly and all those kind of things. But coming back from the international break, it's never easy for any team. For any team. Sheffield United, they caused Tottenham a tough time. Tottenham had to win the game in the final minute when Richarlison came on. They won it 2-1. Man City, they gave them a very difficult task. So Man United coming back, and everybody say, okay, Man United, we are so bad. No, I don't accept that. It was because of the impact of the international break, which is the same case with Liverpool. So that's why I'll just take my 3 points, take my 16 FPL points, captain points, and then I just move on to the next one. I know we can play better than that. We can create better chances than we did in that game. But yeah, clean sheet, 2-0 win. That was it. Like, let's take that and move. That was the Merseyside derby for you. Yeah. But then but Darwin too, we need to talk about him. Darwin, I want to speak out. Of course, club bench decided to bench him. He had an exceptional time during his international period, scoring 3 goals, like scoring 2 goals and then getting another assist, helping his country win against Brazil, and then coming back. Of course, it's because of the travels and all those things. Salah club decided to bench him, but maybe more than that. But he's having a very good impact. Came off the bench, assisted Salah's goal, which was his 8th assist for Liverpool, by the way. And all the assists he got for Liverpool is for Salah. They are finding a good, like they are becoming a partner.
Yeah, they have a chemistry, good chemistry.
Yeah, having a good chemistry, because previously the problem was Salah and Darwin cannot work because they always occupy the same space. But Salah's smartness, Salah kind of adjusted his game. Now they are playing well together. But my son is kicking back on me.
I can hear you. Fine.
Why? Okay. It's another video playing on my on my screen. I don't know what was happening. Could you hear it?
No.
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, by the way, Salah, yeah, he's the Liverpool player of the month too. I think he's doing well. 2 back-to-back braces. I know people were doubting, like you say, because he's not giving a lot of points. He's just getting assists here and there. Well, now he's at the top of the pile when it comes to FPL point scoring. It's always about ticking along with the points. He's here and there, getting the big returns, and then now everybody is jumping on him again. The Salah bandwagon is back.
It's back.
The Salah of old is back. But if you are an eye test guy, you watch that game, I think you will be a little bit worried, ne?
Yeah.
But but anyways, that's it for Liverpool. Let's move on.
So fixtures for this week. I think we have Crystal Palace, Spurs, Chelsea, Brentford, Arsenal, Sheffield, Bournemouth, Burnley, Wolves, Newcastle, West Ham, Everton, Aston Villa, Luton, Brighton, Fulham, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, ManU, Man City, the derby. I think looking at this, I'm scared of not owning Arsenal players. Arsenal play Sheffield United. That's one worry I have this week. Even though Arsenal have not been like really good, but then it's Sheffield United, man. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah. The issue with the worry I have. Okay, of course, I want to go get to the Arsenal players too myself. But the worry I have, we have been targeting them since the game started. Manchester City, do you want to get the Sheffield United player? I got Foden for that one. Then you go to Tottenham, you get Son. And of course, they were destroyed against Newcastle. But anytime we follow we try to make them the scapegoat or not the scapegoat, sorry. Anytime we want the whipping boys, anytime we want to make them the whipping boys, they have proven us wrong, right? So are they gonna do the same thing against Arsenal? But to be honest, I think getting Arsenal players it's key for FPL managers this week. But let's see how that one works.
Newcastle beat them 8, right? Isn't it Newcastle that beat them 8-0?
Yeah, but that was just Newcastle. Other than take that fixture out of the picture, they have defended well. United this week. I have Højlund. I targeted Højlund for this one. Well, it's my personal experience. Anytime I target Sheffield United, they have not really worked for me. So I'm gonna target them again this week. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. So another fixture I think that might interest FPL is Brighton Fulham. I think Brighton have a few injuries. Fulham. They have a few injuries. I think maybe Ferguson. I don't know who's injured. I think Welbeck is injured.
No. Welbeck and March got injured. Yeah.
I'm thinking
even
of
Arsenal.
going back
Even Arsenal, you are talking about before we move. Before we move to the other one, they have a key injury. What's his name? Gabriel Jesus. He scored in the Champions League yesterday.
Yeah.
He got injured. Hamstring. Now who plays number 9? That is a big question. Is it gonna be Nketiah? We're coming up, Sheffield United, and another very good fixture in I think Luton or something. Back-to-back home fixture.
That would be nice.
They have a very good
Nketiah, because it's cheap. What is his price?
He's 5.5. He's 5.5 million. When I saw that, I say,
this is an opportunity, huh?
Because it is an opportunity. But also because I was thinking of Martinelli initially. I wanted to get Martinelli because last week we talked about Martinelli. He came in, he scored against Chelsea. He came in, he scored in the previous game against Man City, the winner. And then came on in the Champions League yesterday too. He scored again. I was thinking Martinelli is the player I'm gonna take. I know everybody is talking about Saka, the 8.5 million player. He's the pick for Arsenal. But Martinelli at that 7.7 million, me, I like Martinelli. I kind of like him. I kind of prefer him. Like I always say, when they have equal opportunity in the games, I prefer Martinelli over Saka. But now Jesus is out. We all know how Ketia can impact on Martinelli's performance because just like we talk about Salah and Darwin, they will,
That's true.
keep occupying the same
Yeah.
position. So now I start thinking, should I still go for Martinelli? Those kind of thoughts are in my mind. But Ketia is a very interesting player to consider now.
Yeah, that's a good it's a good thing for us to start considering right now. I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah. Aston
You
Villa,
can continue on Brighton, but
Luton.
yeah, Brighton, the Brighton case too.
Brighton case, I think for me, it's either Mitoma, but midfielders. Mitoma hasn't been doing really well as when you compare him to other midfielders right now, and I think maybe going back to Joao Pedro because he's obviously 5.5 or something like that. So that's an interesting bit. But yeah, we'll see. I think maybe after this game, if they do well, then we'll really consider them bringing them back into our team.
Yeah. Yeah, but also we have to remember that Brighton had a very difficult run of games, and we all accepted, we all acknowledged that was a difficult. They played Aston Villa, Liverpool, and then Manchester City in the last 3 fixtures. So these were not games. And if you even go back a little bit, you have Newcastle, Man United also in that mix. So like we all knew that it was not the best time to own Brighton players. So we were not expecting much from them. But now they have this beautiful run that is coming. They are next game, Fulham at home, Aston Villa, Everton away, Sheffield United at home, Nottingham Forest. So those are the next 4 fixtures that they have. We all know the good picks they have, but also we have a problem with them because of the players. Like they have options. Like you don't know Joao Pedro is gonna start, you don't know Ansu Fati is gonna start. But with the injuries coming now, Mike now out of the picture. I think now what is it called? Welbeck out of the picture. Maybe now is the time we should be brave to go with somebody in Brighton, like a Mitoma, like a Ferguson because Welbeck is not there. Of course, if you look at their numbers in the last few games, you will be, okay, these players are not playing enough, understand? Or these players are not doing much. You can always justify those 2 points. Mitoma is not doing much. Ferguson is not playing enough, and he was not doing much since he scored his hat-trick. But now you look at the circumstance around it, the situation they have around it, the fixtures they have. This is the time to get brave for these Brighton players. You are not going to get it in a perfect season, like when you have Salah scoring in 2 games, 2 brace. It's easy to say, okay, I'm going for Salah because he scored 2 goals in the past 2 games, and it is Salah. But now they have these fixtures, they have this kind of players, and this opportunity is coming. Like you have to be brave and
capitalize right now, before the bandwagon starts again.
Exactly. Another fixture is Aston Villa. So, go ahead.
Luton, I was thinking this is the you can see in my team. I think I brought in Watkins in the expense of Alvarez because man, I don't think there's a better fixture to bring in Aston Villa players. Yeah. I don't want to miss out anymore because I think he's been hurting my rank, but I've been doing well with other players. That's why it wasn't really that obvious. But I think I need to bring in. I need to bring in. I think he's going to do well in these next few fixtures.
Yeah, definitely. And if you see his quote, I've been watching a few things about him this week. Why is Watkins improve? And of course, we have to give the credit to the coach, but himself as well. He's playing better. He's taking a better position. He's finishing better, of course. But the coach has really had a huge impact on that. If you saw what he says now, he says his game has changed now. He's trying to occupy mostly the central areas. He's not going to run the channels, fighting here and there, doing the Antonio stuff, what Antonio is doing at West Ham. Antonio is not going to score any goal this season because he's just fighting in the corner flags, as a striker, doing all the dirty work for players like Bowen to pounce. But Watkins now is occupying mostly the central areas, always going to the central areas where the chances are, and he's also creating some very good chances. You add that to the fact that he's turned into a very good finisher. Of course, he has also missed a few big chances. I think he's fought for big chances missed after Haaland, after our boy, what is his name? Michael Jackson. And I think he's fourth or third or stuff like that. So he's another player who has changed his game and doing exceptional. When Gerrard was there, he was playing him as a second striker, which was very crazy. I don't know, playing Inks in front of him. That's why Gerrard now is playing Saudi, managing in Saudi. No. But he's interesting, and also there are some interesting players in Villa as well. We also look at their fixtures. They have the best one, I think. Luton, Nottingham Forest, Fulham. You can extend that to Spurs away and then Bournemouth. Spurs is the only difficult fixture in their next 5 fixtures. And they have been scoring. Their games have been exciting themselves. They have been
Scored
scoring
a lot of
5,
goals,
6.
yeah.
I think the only game they scored, the only game they played that has less than 1 goal was against Chelsea when they win away to Chelsea 1-0. Otherwise, all games are like 4 or 5 goals happening in their games. There are goals there. So the attacking players are players that we should consider. Watkins, Jabi, even Bailey, he has not been starting. That is the problem because of Zaniola is playing there. But Bailey, whenever he comes on, he's doing well.
Very
So
exciting player
I
to
hope
watch, yeah.
he's a very exciting player. This will start him. If they start him, he will become an FPL option. And then you have their defense tools, Cash and Dean. So yeah, they are a very exciting team. And even they are different. One midfielder, what's his name? Douglas Lewis. He's scoring like
Penalties,
five
yeah.
consecutive home games. 5 consecutive home games, and he's on penalties, 5 million or 5.5 million. He's a player we should consider because penalty is part of the game, right?
Especially this season where we have so many controversial penalties given.
Yeah, a lot of
yeah.
a lot of pens. Hey, Watkins is a captain shout this week. He's a captain shout.
Yeah.
And then West Ham to have a good fixture, Everton.
No, this is gonna be Everton, man. Like
they are tough.
Surprised,
they've
surprised people with the way they started off really poorly with conceding goals, but now it seems like they're coming back to that being defensive.
They have become Burnley. Dicey has turned
at some point you have to
prime Burnley.
You don't want to be relegated. Yeah. You have to get results. At least if you can get a 1-1 against a tough team, that's a win in my book. And then you can go to all these other smaller teams and get the win there. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a tough
Spurs get the early kickoff this week. Spurs get the early kickoff with against Palace. That will be a tough test for them. But Palace without Eze, they are kind of without Olise. They have not a lot of attacking, input, but defensively they can be very solid and they can be very difficult. They can be very difficult to play against.
Especially at home.
It will be a very difficult test at home. It's Friday fixture, right? And then you have the close it up with the Manchester derby. Yeah, that will be interesting. It's gonna be a good game week, I think, because the fixtures are nice. But these are the weeks that FPL don't usually come good. Like FPL boys decide to keep the points.
Okay, so let's go to our final teams. Start with myself. I've made 2 changes. Richarlison is out for Gordon. I think I had to make the change because I was trying to see. I wanted to make these changes to bring in Gordon after they play the Champions League, which is today. That was my thinking. But then I saw the price rise and I was like, okay. When I checked on Sunday, I had 0.2 million left. And I checked yesterday, I think one of them went up in price. I think it's Watkins or I don't even know. So now Gordon is about to go up in price again. I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just do it now. I don't want to be priced out. So, yeah. So, in my team, I have Areola, Trippier, Udogie, Cash, defense. Midfield, I have Diaby, Madison, Bomo, Gordon, and then Captain Salah. And then up top, I have Haaland and then Watkins. So, yeah. At least I'm happy with this team, even though at the expense of Alvarez against ManU, I was thinking, man, I hope I don't make the wrong move and then he comes and has a hat-trick against ManU, but you can't win in all. You have to make a sacrifice and make a decision. So yeah, that's my team.
Yeah. The Alvarez one is about the next game, not this one, I feel. Bournemouth. Yeah. Next game is Bournemouth. Bournemouth have been very bad. So they are also another team to target, Alvarez play against Bournemouth. Of course, since I saw the fixtures, when I talk about Fulham, when Man City played Fulham initially, when Haaland got the hat-trick, Bournemouth, these are 2 fixtures I look at and say, yeah, these are going to be very tough for me as a non-Haaland owner, or no Man City player and stuff like that. So you would not wanna you would wanna have an Alvarez in that game, but of course, like I said, Watkins, the fixtures are good. I think if he outscore him in this fixture, maybe it can offset whatever Alvarez does in the next fixture.
Yeah, hopefully.
But Watkins is a team player. We like the form he's on. I think is scary. I think the boat has not sailed. The fixtures are still getting better and better, so he's a good player to have. And Gordon, I'm not so convinced about that one. I like Gordon as a player. But looking at the Newcastle fixtures, that was the only worry I have. Wolves is not an easy fixture, to be honest. For me, of course, you will expect Newcastle to win the game, but it's not an easy fixture in a way. It's not like where Newcastle are going to be scoring 4 goals or 3 goals or stuff like that. It can be a 1-0, 2-1 or stuff like that. You see what they caused against Liverpool. You see what they did against Man City. They won against Man City. They have been a very difficult team to play against. And then after that, Newcastle, they play Arsenal, which is also another difficult fixture. Then they have Bournemouth away, which is not at home at the end of the day, but it's still a good fixture because it's Bournemouth, but it's away to Bournemouth. Like unlike Man City, I'm saying Alvarez, he have Bournemouth next, which is at home to Manchester City. So it makes it even better. After that, Chelsea, Man United. So look at the 5 fixtures that Newcastle have. People, it's quite tough. That's why I'm not. But the Gordon at 5.5 million and stuff, he's a player you can bench anytime if you want.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, and but then you have to upgrade your striker, that is Morris, and then have a player, a striking player who can play, or at least have a defender who can cover him.
That's the plan.
But as a player, he's a very good player because I considered him very hard before I picked it was between him and Neto. I could have picked either way on my wild card, and then I ended up going with Neto. But I wish I had gone with Gordon after he outscored Neto in the last game and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the only concern I have. Did you take a hit this week, or
no?
What did you have to transfer?
I banked last, yeah. So I have 2. At least I'm thinking of Newcastle. They are turning fixtures. It gets a bit tough, so I'm not expecting a lot of clean sheets. So Trippier might be out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll bring in Simicast for the next few game weeks. Just get some clean sheet points, and then that money that I have, try and invest in to upgrade my striker. Maybe go back to Alvarez. You never know. Let's see how it goes.
But the thing is, with Newcastle is, once you go past that Man United fixture, or once you go past around game week 15, they started having a very good fixture. You will want players like Trippier again.
But to get, it's very tricky. It's not cheap. If you take him out of
once
the
you
team,
sell him, is once you take him out, it's difficult to get him back.
So I stick with him or take him out.
When did you get him? When did you get him in your team? Actually, Trippier. Wildcard, you get him cheap, right? Around 6.5.
Yeah.
So now he has already got a lot of value in your team. So it's a like I wouldn't do it, but
I just keep it. Keep him. Let's go to your game week 10 team.
My team. I start Areola in goal. I have 2 free transfers as well, like you. So I start Areola, Cash, Trent, and Trippier at the back. Then in the midfield, I have Neto, Salah, Bowen, and Son. Up top, I have Højlund, and Darwin, and Watkins. So I have 2 free transfers. I'm still waiting. So what I'm thinking about right now is Højlund and Richarlison. They are going to leave my team. Those are the 2 transfers I target to make. And I might bring in, it could be the striker from Brighton, that is Ferguson. I want to take that, I'm like opportunistic party. I want to take that risk and then go there. Because Welbeck is injured now, so who plays in the game? It should be him. So I go with him, and then in midfield I move to an Arsenal asset, which is gonna be Martinelli. That is what that money can give me. That is one option. Or I can even go double Arsenal. Nketiah, I mentioned him, and go Martinelli and Nketiah. Even though Martinelli, I'm not as high on him as I was before the Gabriel Jesus get injured. So while Gabriel Jesus was there, I would say, okay, Martinelli is gonna be the one coming inside and then doing all those kind of running. But now that is kind of deter me a little bit. But then if I don't get him, it's gonna be Saka, and then I cannot afford Saka and a Ferguson. And I can even afford Saka and a what is Arsenal striker name? Nketiah. So I'm going to be 0.2 short. So Martinelli might have to come in. But yeah, I like the boy. So hopefully that will not affect him. Even though I know next week we will come here and I say, I knew that. I knew that when he plays with Nketiah, it does not help him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is what I'm thinking of right now. Those are the moves that are in my answer. Arsenal and Brighton are the teams I'm targeting right now because I have the Aston Villa players, I have the West Ham players, I have the Liverpool players I want, and now Tottenham, I think it's the time to let go of 1 or 2 of them. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay. Your team is good, man. I think your team is a good time. You work at it at the right time. You have all the players that people want right now, especially with the Son and Bowen, Neto, Salah. So I think you just need to consider which 2 players that you bring in are going to have more points than the other 2 players you're trying to bring in as well. See the combination. Which one has more point potential for the next few game weeks. And yeah.
Absolutely. And another player I'm considering is also move is Arsenal defense. Gabriel, his price is now 4.7 million. I think that is a good gift for FPL. He started the season at 5 million, and everybody was jumping at Gabriel at that time because we all thought he was the
consistency.
Better.
It was going to be.
He was going to play more, and he's more of a threat than any of the Arsenal defenders for scoring a goal because he's very good at set pieces. Now his price dropped to 3 million to 0.3, and now he seems to be nailed in the team. Because since the first 2-3 game weeks when he did not start, once he came into the team, he has been starting, I think, 7 or 8 games in a row. So it's looking set like he's playing games. I think he's also an opportunity. I might consider it for a defender, maybe even Lamptey or maybe even Pedro Porro. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
That's a good shout too. Yeah, so they have the a clean sheet potential right now, Arsenal. So.
So I'm just gonna leave my moves late. I'm gonna do it Friday, just before after I know all the.
If you can afford to, I think it's better to leave it late so that you know because
yeah. Actually, the players I'm considering, like Hoyland, I already have a 0.1 on him. So even if he drops in price, it's not gonna affect me, right? And the other player I'm talking about, Richarlison, he's 6.7. He's not close. Nobody have Richarlison to sell him. That is the thing. So it was just the few of us who had him in our team. So he's not gonna drop in price. And the players I wanna bring, Martinelli. Nobody is getting him. People are thinking about the Sakas, So Martinelli is not a player.
So that's lucky for you,
and likewise for Ferguson, nobody want to go there because they feel it's not safe. So makes me free, so I can do my transfer as late as possible.
We've come to the end of the pod. We've spoken about all the things that we need to speak about. I think FPL, man, it's getting fun. At least we've had a few green arrows.
So we're back to back greens.
So we are back. We are hoping that this next game week it's not going to be another red arrow again. So hopefully. Yeah, man, because it's been good. We've made good decisions. So yeah. So Chama, any last plug for our channel on YouTube?
Oh yeah. Please, guys, that is the part. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow anything about Gambian football, about about our FPL journeys, also please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will notify anytime we upload anything on the Yellow Football Banter YouTube channel.
Nice. Thanks, guys, for always supporting the channel. We are the Kotu Classic FPL podcast, you can say, or video cast. Get you guys on the
now
next
we are
one.
video casting. Vodcast.
Thanks, guys. Bye.